All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to you, hopeful elect Akim out there pushing the word of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, in spirit and in truth, right? Coming at you with another lesson through the spirit. And in this lesson, I want to get into a glimpse of, the peace and liberty that we're gonna have in the kingdom. All right, the peace of mind, so to say, that we're gonna have in the kingdom, pertaining to our children in particular. Okay, on this side, I don't have children, but brothers have children, and there's a lot that you gotta worry about when it comes to your seed or seeds, on this side, because we're in hell. All right, you can't just let your children, roam about freely, throughout the city, without worrying about something negative happening to them. All right, or even them, getting abducted, getting killed, whatever the case may be. You don't have the freedom of mind, all right, to not worry about them. Okay. Now, using this account in the scriptures dealing with Yahweh Shai, this just in also pointing out that in the scripture that I'm going to read, we got to remember that we were physically under captivity, under the Romans. All right. So the Romans actually had us physically in captivity, yet and still, there was a certain level of peace of mind that Jay could have despite that. All right. So getting into it, this is Luke, the 2nd chapter, verse 41. All right, so once again, this type of liberty or worry-free, mindset, so to say, is going to be amplified for us Israelites in the kingdom. All right, so this is Luke 2:41. It says, now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. All right, so Yahweh Shai was 12, and he went up to, as it says, the feast of the Passover. All right, which when you're 12, you become a man. Okay, according to the law, 12 years old is when you become a man. All right. It says, verse 43, it says, and when they have fulfilled the days, as they returned, the child Yahweh Shai tarried behind in Jerusalem, and Joseph and his mother knew not of it. So the fact that, Yahweh Shai, wasn't physically present with them, and they didn't even know, shows that it's a you got family members that you amongst going on this going back to Jerusalem, this pilgrimage, all right, to go celebrate the Passover. So you're not worried about your child like that. That they're in good hands, so to say. Okay, and it's Jerusalem, it's our land. So for the most part, it's Israelites dwelling there. Okay, so you're not worried about, the things that you would be worried about now. America is a melting pot of all nations. Okay, a bunch of heathen everywhere you look. All right, you wouldn't dare let you go on a trip and you don't know for 1 second where your child is at. Okay, here in Babylon the Great. All right, but it wasn't like that in the ancient world. Okay, it says verse 44. It says, but they, supposing him to have been in the company, all right, because it was a journey. It was a lot of Israelites that took that journey. All right, so all these Israelites taking that journey to fulfill a righteous cause. And I see 777 on a vehicle right here next to me. Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, they're on a journey to fulfill a righteous cause. Okay, so that's more reassurance of you being able to not, have to worry about your child like that. Okay. It says, but they, supposing him to have been in the company, went a day's journey, and they sought him among their kinfolk and acquaintance. Okay, so you have family members that was on that pilgrimage as well, and close friends, all right, acquaintances, so on and so forth, that was on that journey as well. So it's like, all right, hey, where Yahushua at? Where our son at? All right, well, he might be further back with auntie so and so or uncle so and so or whoever, or our friend so and so, that is coming from Galilee, like us, and let's go check in with them and see what's up. All right, we know they back there. We know that they probably it'll take them 30 minutes or a half a day to catch up. All right, so we'll check in and see if he's there. Okay, you gotta use extrapolation or whatever. All right. Okay, verse 45, it says, and when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him. So after that, it said that they had went a day's journey. So they was 24 hours removed from Jerusalem. All right, and then when they didn't find Yahushua, so they had to turn back and spend a whole day going back to Jerusalem, because through them going through the checks and balances, they knew that Yahushua wasn't amongst that company. So they had to turn back and go a whole day's journey back to Jerusalem to seek for their child, for their son. All right. Verse 46, and it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. So, reading this, I was like, man, here it is, 222 on the vehicle next to me. So I was thinking like, man, so he went a whole day's journey. He had to have eaten something. So somebody gave Yahushua some food, some water. And just think of that communal system. Where here it is, this is somebody's child. You don't even know him like that. But he's an Israelite, so he's gonna get fed. All right, he's gonna be able to sustain. Somebody gonna house him. All right. He got a roof to cover him for the night. He got food to put in his belly. All right. So we're gonna be in a good situation. Our children are gonna be well taken care of in the kingdom, man. All right. It's not gonna be like like it is now, man. All right. Your child get lost and it might starve, go a whole day without eating because nobody wants to feed them or it's a cold road out there. Okay. Verse 48, it says, and when they saw him, they were amazed, and his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. All right, so even they has some type of sorrow, worrying about Yahweh Shai and his well-being, naturally. Okay? And now, hey, that sorrow is 100-fold, man. Your child go missing for 24 hours? Oh, you thinking worst case scenario. You thinking they abducted? You thinking they might be dead? Verse 49, it says, and he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me? Wish ye not that I must be about my Father's business? And they understood not the saying which he spake unto them. And he went down with them and came to Nazareth and was subject unto them. But his mother kept all these sayings in her heart. And Yahushua increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with the Most High and man. All right. Now his mother, his father and his mother knew that he was a special child. So that saying, she laid it to heart, like pondering upon it. Like, man, what's he mean by that? What does this mean? Okay. But just going to show that, hey, Yahweh Shai was on another level, to where, at 12 years old, he was able to, he conducted himself as a man. Okay? Now, they might have, perceived him as, oh, this is my child, this is my son, so on and so forth, being that he was 12. However, us being Israelites, hey, Yahweh Shai was in a good case, being that, he wasn't going to starve to death. All right, nobody was going to abduct him, run off with him. All right, being a young man like that, you can't have that in this society. All right, there's all kind of weirdos out there looking to do some sex trafficking. Whatever. The worst case scenario. All right, being that this is an evil ass society, man, you can't leave your child unattended. Without some type of chaperone or governance for too long, okay? You would dread sending them off to school, man, because they're going to get brainwashed with some BS, or not even brainwashed, they're going to get their minds polluted with some BS, that you don't approve of. Some crazy shit might happen to them at school, all right? So in the kingdom is going to be the opposite of what the sorrows that you have with your children on this side. The kingdom is going to be the complete opposite. You ain't going to have to worry about none of that. All right, 222 on the vehicle. Barakatah Yahbashim Yahshua. All right, so jump into Isaiah chapter 11, verse 5. It says, and righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins, going into Yahweh Shai. All right. And when he walked as Yahweh Shai, he was righteous and he was faithful. Okay. And that's those contributing factors that Yahweh Shai is going to embody. When he comes back to claim dominion on this planet Earth. Okay. He's going to rule with faithfulness and righteousness. All right. Verse 6, it says, the wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid. Okay. It says, and the calf and the young lion, the calf and the young lion, and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them. Okay, so you're gonna have all type of animals in the kingdom that are young children, our young daughters, and our young sons and daughters, should I say, is gonna lead. All right, a young lamb, a year old. All right, is going to be playing with our year-old son, a whole pasture of lambs, of sheep, you know, being led, you know, by a toddler, you know, for the whole day. Oh, the toddler just playing with these animals, and you won't even think about them getting hurt. You know they're okay. All right. If the toddler or you know the 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, you know, he get hungry or thirsty, she gets hungry or thirsty, you know, they'll you know, put the child on their back and walk it to the house, and you know, they'll eat something and drink, you know, and then go back outside and go play, or go on walking through the woods. Got a lion, you know, you walking with a lion or on the back of a lion or a bear through the woods, man. You know, our children is gonna be able to do things like that. Okay? And you ain't gonna have no worries. You ain't gonna be like, oh, where they at? It's dark. Are they okay? No, you gonna know they taken care of, man. Alright? Verse 7. It says, and the cow and the bear shall feed their young ones, their young ones shall lie down together. The lion shall eat straw like the ox. Okay, so you're not gonna have, you know, lions and bears and things like that eating other animals. All right, they're all gonna eat straw, you know, like the ox. Their diets are gonna be changed. The Lord's gonna change their diets. Okay. It says, and the sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp. All right, which the asp is a poisonous snake. Okay. And the weaned child, all right, a child that's weaned off of being breastfed, okay, shall put his hand on the cockatrice's den, another poisonous snake. Okay, so our children is gonna be able to, play with these animals that are poisonous, that other children are not going to be able to. Let a Edomite child, or a Japhite child, or a Moabite child, or an Ammonite child, or a Hamite child, or an Elamite child, you know, try to play with a or Ishmaelite child, you know, try to play with a poisonous snake. They gonna get their ass bitten. They gonna die, man, because they're not gonna be protected like Israel's gonna be protected. They ain't gonna have that Bruce Leroy glow. All right, that's reserved for Israelites. Okay. All right. It says, they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. All right, that's the proof of it. For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of Yahweh as the waters cover the sea. Okay. And there's more to that scripture, but you know, the whole planet is gonna know that the Israelites are special, and they got a hedge of protection about them. All right, from old to young. Okay, man or woman, child, infant, suckling, weaned child. It doesn't matter. As an Israelite, you're gonna have that protection over you, to where our children is gonna be able to play in the streets freely. You know, go where they want to go, explore what they want to explore, without you as a parent worrying about their whereabouts. Okay? And so, you know, the spirit that was on Yahweh Shai, even as a child, all right, as a young man, okay, is going to be even greater upon our children in the kingdom. All right? So that liberty and that protection that was with Yahweh Shai when, you know, he went or tarried in Jerusalem, you know, after the, you know, feast of, you know, the unleavened bread after the Passover. Okay. You know, he you know, tarried, as the scripture says, And you know, his parents, you know, they worried, but it wasn't to the magnitude of what you would worry, like, you know, here on this side, all right, in Babylon. Okay, so we greatly need the kingdom, man, because, you know, brothers that have children, you know, you got to constantly, you know, worry about their whereabouts, worry about what they're doing, worry about what type of influence is being shown them, you know, what negativity they're getting themselves into. All right, despite you setting forth a righteous example, you know, and that's a burden to have to think about that, man, to worry about that. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that up, man. We greatly need the kingdom to come to pass. All right, just for peace of mind, you know. So I brought this out. That was edifying. Until next time, I want to say shalom.